how to handle losing. One of the most simplest things in life, yet many people struggle with it. Now, what's up, everybody? Making another psych video. Haven't done one in a while, and it's going to be about how to actually handle a loss, whether it's trading, real life. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because this week that I'm recording the video, or the previous week, sorry, of price action and trading, I handled losses very well. And I took two of them, and on one of the days, I was practically pretty emotional, right? And I'll get into that a little bit, but just understand that you need to learn how to take losses, right? You don't want to be this emotional fucking gambler. Again, whether that's trading or real life, I'm going to be giving examples of both, but let's get right into it. The first thing that I want every single person to understand is that emotions are normal. Okay, we psychologically are hardwired as humans to feel emotions and to sometimes act on them. And one of the greatest things that I learned, not only from trading, but in general, is to learn how to control your emotions. Now, how do we do that? I'm going to get into that, but first I want you guys to understand why and how we are psychologically hardwired to actually take these losses, or how do we act on them. So one of the things that I found out, kind of researched a little bit, was this thing called loss aversion, or aversion, whatever. But basically what that means is psychologically, as humans, when we take a loss, we will feel that twice the amount if we were to take a win, and the exact same equivalent, yet we feel worse and double times the amount of emotions when we lose. So for example, trading wise, let's say you take a win. You're going to feel happy, of course, right? And you're going to, feel happy or excited, maybe whatever. You won $500. Now the next day, let's say you lose $500. You are going to probably feel worse. Why is that? Loss aversion. What that basically, right, is recapping is that psychologically, you are meant to feel more emotions when you lose than you win. But we want to control that, right? Understanding that when you win, also, you get this dopamine surge, right? You're winning, you feel good about yourself, and everything like that. When you lose, your dopamine crashes, and you're kind of in this withdrawal, right? You're feeling regretful, um, you're feeling sad, maybe you're feeling mad, upset with yourself, and everybody feels those things, right? However, it's important to understand that just because you feel these emotions doesn't mean that you should act on them. And again, getting into more about now trading wise. What happened last week for me is I started off pretty good. On Monday, I had a good win, right? I felt good. I felt excited. I was about to pass my eval. The next day after, I lose. Now, of course, I'm a little bit down. However, I control that. I understand also that losing is a part of my statistic. So also, not only in trading wise, but in life, if you want to be successful, rich, whatever, you will lose, okay? You will fail. You will fail more than you lose. More than you win at the start, okay? You cannot expect to go into any business model, any career, anything, whatever, and expect to just win when you first start. That's just not possible. You're not him, okay? You're going to lose. Be humble. Now, after I lost, I journaled everything. I was fine. I did not let that affect my day. I didn't revenge trade, gamble, whatever. The day after that, I lost, and I took a loss that, in my opinion, was not good. A lot was not a good loss. I took something that I knew that wasn't really a part of my rules, and when journaling it, I felt really shit. I felt really bad. And also, when I went on the charts, when I was still on the charts, sorry, after taking the trade, I felt bad. But I didn't force a trade. I didn't act on emotions, okay? And I didn't blow my account. If you're doing those type of things, you need to mature. You need to literally look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what are you doing? Um, and after journaling and whatever, I was pretty upset. But again, I still did not let that affect my day. And I literally told myself, I have it in my journal. This is one day out of 1 week. And that's also something that I want to say. Let's say you take a loss or you have a losing week. Okay. That is one losing week out of 52 weeks in the year. 52 weeks of 1 year compared to the amount of years that you will live, decades. Okay. I promise you right now, one day of you losing does not fucking matter. 1 week of you losing, 1 month of you losing does not matter. As long as you follow your rules and as long as you show up every day, literally statistically wise, you will be successful or you will be profitable, right? Day trading, of course, wise. Um, but other than that, what happened the day after that is I won. And again, I felt good, right? I did not let myself feel so down on the days that I lose, but I was also humble on the days that I win. Now, of course, that is somewhat, hard to do, to not feel overly excited when you win, but it's the same thing as not feeling overly down when you lose. If you're able to accept losses, you should also be able to conserve wins, right? What that means is if you're able to fucking accept the loss, then don't start being, overly excited or overly joyful and ego or whatever when you win, right? Plain simple, just being humble in all aspects of life. Um, but also, in another thing um, that you can do is that if you start to lose a lot and you start to make these bad mistakes or decisions in life, right? So, one bad mistake, one loss is whatever. If you repeat that now it's a decision, right? A mistake done once is a mistake. A mistake done twice is a decision. The way you want to handle these losses, if you, let's say, gamble or you revenge trade once, okay, which I feel like everybody probably has or something. I really haven't revenge traded. There has been one time, I will say, transparency wise, where I lost and I was pretty pissed and I tried to make the money back, which I somewhat did or I didn't. But then even then, it was like, what did I achieve? And after that, never did it again. And that was very early on. But my point being is, if you repeat that again, now it's a decision. Now you are literally telling your brain, okay, I'm doing this. I'm literally doing this. I'm repeating it now. And it's going to be a part of your schedule now. You fucking revenge trade once, or you act on your emotions once, or you get mad at someone, or you get really frustrated with yourself, and you repeat that and you repeat that and you repeat that. And now it's a cycle. And now you're just digging yourself deeper and deeper and deeper. Why? Because you couldn't handle a fucking loss. That's as simple as it is. You couldn't handle a loss. You broke your rules. You're emotional. And now what are you doing? You're literally, it's like post feeling clarity. My bad. But it's basically like that, right? In the sense of like, you are feeling regretful. You are feeling like shit. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you literally do that to yourself and dig yourself deeper when you can't handle a fucking loss? And the thing is, it's very easy for me to say this, but it's hard for people to actually go and implement it, right? And the thing is, I'm not even speaking trading wise, right? As someone who like used to be competitive in sports and that, I hated when I lost. I hated when I literally had to, shake the hand of the other fucking team um, because I lost, right? I hate being second place. I want to be first. I want to be first. I want to be the best I can. I want to be the best person ever. But knowing in order to get there, you need to lose a few times. You need to fail. Okay? Success without failure is nothing. You know, the whole quote about, it's not um, getting to the destination, it's the road there, it's the path there, or whatever. Kind of like that, right? It's best that you actually go through these failures and losses because now you learn from them. Something I also want to mention is I look back at the TJR journal. If you guys remember from my first video, I think I showed this. This was day 11, how to take a loss. If you did not watch this video, please watch it after mine, but it'll practically be the same, really. But literally, he himself said so many things about, not being emotional, not taking a loss. And everybody preaches it, right? Every single person, trader preaches it out there. And I'm not going to say that it's the easiest thing to control your psyche, because that is why 99% of people fail. However, what it is easy to do is recognize what you're doing. The first step to changing your mistakes, to changing your failure and your habits to successful things, and to actually, achieving the things that you want, is by realizing your mistakes. So I want every single person, right, whether they're a trader or whatever, literally journal how you feel for a week. Everything you did good, everything you did bad. If you are a trader, journal next week's price action. Everything you did, all the days that you traded, didn't trade, fade, take, whatever. Journal how you feel. That's the most important part, by the way, psych wise. And then look back on it next week, okay, and see, what did I do wrong? And when I did something wrong, did I act on it? And when I act on it, did it lead to a domino effect of something? Because that has happened to me once, and I remember it once. I was in class, or I was walking outside, sorry. So I was walking outside during school, and I was trying to trade, and I wasn't able to, but I took a trade. I lost, and guess what? I lost a good amount, and I got pissed. So you know what I did? The second the period ends, I leave. I go upstairs. I don't talk to anybody else, and I get this, like, I feel, you know what I mean? Like, I feel emotional, right? And I'm pissed, right? And I'm sad and shit. But however, I didn't take that on anybody else. I didn't start getting mad at people or cursing people or doing whatever. I literally just went to the library, sat in the corner, journaled my shit, realized what I did wrong, and never did that ever again. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as you make it. If you want to be a winner in life, you have to be a loser at the start. You have to be able to take these losses. You have to be able to literally look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? For a solid 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 4 years, I'm gonna lose and lose and lose every day. But I'm gonna show up every single fucking day because I'm a winner at the end of the day. Down that road, down that line of all the losses and failures that I'm gonna have to accept, I'm gonna be a winner one day. And that's pretty much it. You gotta understand that you are a winner, but deep down, in order to become that winner, you gotta be a loser first. Hope that recaps the video. Much love, everybody. 200 subscribers coming soon, you know it. But anyway, guys, see you in the next one. Let me know how you like this video. I mean, I'll definitely be doing more stuff like this just every once in a while whenever I get ideas or stuff. It's just like to share it online here. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.